Welcome to my listeners and watchers. Today, I'll be telling you guys the story about one of the most popular urban legend or mythical story that has been spreading around my city, Surabaya. But before that, please let me introduce myself. My name is Mary Yosebia Jeniver Lake, or you guys can call me Mary. I'm from 18 High School, Surabaya. Well, as I've said before, I will be talking about one of the most popular urban legend or mythical story that has been spreading around my city. As we all know, Surabaya has a lot of story itself, such as, what was that place called again? Oh yeah, Jembatan Merah, and even Hotel Majapahit, and Jalan Karet too. There's a lot of story, but today, we will be focusing on Rumah Hantu Darmo. The story that has been spreading around like wildfire back in the old days, and that got adapted into the movies in 2014. Well, now, I want you guys to listen to my story. Please sit back, relax, and let the goosebumps take over. So, Rumah Hantu Darmo. A lot of people probably know this house, this haunted house, thanks to the movie Malam Suro di Rumah Hantu Darmo. But I believe there's still some people that don't know about this house, so if you're one of them, let me tell you a little bit of this house. This house, well, it's not really a house, it's actually a mansion. Why? Because it's quite huge, it was large. It reached about 1,500 meters square. Big, right? Well, but to make it easy, let's call it a house, yeah? This house was once a very, very beautiful house. It was huge, it was loved by a lot of people. A lot of people admire this place because, there are plants everywhere and it was beautiful, to put simple. But what people that don't know about is that this house has a really bad backstory, bad history, you can say. It seems like a normal house, but it's not really that normal nor beautiful. Well, rumor said that this house was once used by one family, was being lived by one family, the Williams family. They look like a normal family, but they're not. They did something really bad in the past. And if you ask me what is it, then it's them making a deal with the devil himself. They made an agreement, or just put it simple, they do some black magic. Yeah, that bad. Well, one day they decided to make an agreement with the devil in return for wealth, money, fame. But what should they do to get all of that? Simple, sacrifice. But even if you put it as simple as that, it's not that simple because the devil said that this agreement cannot be taken back. Once you've done it, once you agree with it, there's no turning back. It lasted forever, for generation and generation and generation. If I died, then my descendant needs to continue it. As simple as that. Once again, sounds simple, but not really is. So, what did they need to do to get all of the fame? What they need to do was to give the devil a sacrifice, a living human sacrifice. It sounds so bad, right? But what makes it worse is that when they give sacrifice, they never once regret about killing someone for that devil, for the money that they will get later on. And about a few times after, about a year or two or even more, they actually decided to stop. Not because they regret it, but because they think that they already have enough wealth, enough money. But as I've said before, this agreement cannot be broken up. It cannot be taken away. It cannot be, just stop. No, it just don't work like that. And when the devil heard that, he got mad and he killed a family member, one or two. They don't really say how much that died, but yeah, some died. And the father then decided to buy a boat, a ship actually, a very expensive ship, to sail across the sea. with his family. So he think that, if I sail, no one in my family will die again. But oh boy, how wrong was he? When he sailed with his family, everyone died for unknown reason. People said that they drowned. People said that the ship crashed. People said that, no, they don't even ride the ship. They died beforehand. But alas, up until now, their corpse nor the ship is nowhere to be found. There's actually stories saying that when the family left, there's actually two persons that stayed in the house. There are two versions. The first version said that the two persons that stayed was actually the housemaid and the babysitter. They were told to keep the house clean and stuff. But in that story, it was said that both female actually died as a sacrifice, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And then the second version said that the one that lives here, that stays there, is actually a newborn baby of the family and the babysitter. The story said that the baby now had grown into a woman that usually come into that house every Friday Kliwon or Kliwon night. So every Friday night, Friday Kliwon or Jumat Kliwon, she would go back to that mansion and call the security over to spread the flower. What flower, if you may ask? We don't even know it actually, because she never go out from the car. She just stays in the car and then give the flower to the security and tell him to spread the flower across the mansion. No one really knows because she was the one that bought the flower and prepared the flower. Then she just gives it to the security. Once the so-called ritual is finished, she would just drive away and talk to no one. So, up until now, no one really know who owns that house. No one really know who's supposed to be the next inheritance of the house. Well, it's probably the other factor because in 1997, the house was burnt for no reason. No one knows how, no one knows why. It just burned and all of a sudden. And yeah, since then the house has been abandoned. And it's actually really sad. If you ask me why, it's because the condition now is really unfortunate. The once very, very beautiful house now turned into nothing, into just abandonedness. The house was once so big and beautiful. The walls was pretty, it was white. Flower was everywhere, but now it's just wild plants, moss decorating the walls that still stands, and graffiti decorating the pillar. After the house was burned, the wall was gone. It's just pillars, and if there are walls, it's just a broken wall. So, yeah, it was really sad. And what makes it more unfortunate is that people tend to do negative things there, like doing drugs, consuming alcohols, and even doing something very, very inappropriate. That house is really uncared now. It brings misfortune, as what people said. Unluckiness, misfortune, everything, name it. It's that house. People said that they witnessed crying late at night, or even them seeing ghosts, spirits, watching them when they're walking past that house. And a lot of people said, I've heard some story from this person. No, I witnessed that, or something like that. Well, that is very much the story of the haunted house of the Darmo Street, or Rumah Hantu Darmo. I really hope you guys enjoy my story, and I'm really sorry if I said something wrong about this house. So I hope you guys enjoy, and once again, I'm very much sorry for what I've done if I've said something wrong. So, that's all from me. Thank you very much for listening, and have a great day. Goodbye.